So as we know, a lot of the people coming from south of the border has been shipped to New York City. Mayor Eric Adams said that it is a crisis and is starting to tear the city apart in many ways. Case in point, one of our brothers is having an issue with Venezuelan migrants. I want you to see exactly what happened to them in this clip.
All right, so we're here off the Times Square area. We just almost had a fight between the Venezuelan migrants and a local American guy. He's saying that the migrants threw ice at him. Eric Adams, the mayor of New York City, has said that the migrant situation is destroying New York City. American taxpayers are on the bill. They're paying for fancy hotels. They're paying for cold beer, marijuana. The migrants are living in hotels next to Times Square, and our American guy is begging for change on the street, picking up cigarette butts that the migrants are smoking. It's a really crazy situation here, as American taxpayers want to know, why are we spending billions of dollars to help people not from this country when we're not even helping our own people? And I ask the question, does charity begin at home? Should we make sure that the people on the streets in America are taken care of and then help other people, which is fine. But that's not what's going on. They are getting preferential treatment. It's causing a lot of tension in the city. And again, Mayor Adams has said, this issue is destroying New York City.
Well, first of all, that incident should not have happened whatsoever because they should not be in the interior of the United States. How is it that they come up here and they get to get in the interior, but it's being done by design? There was a protest in Chicago with some of the migrants, and they said that they were told that they would have jobs and a place to stay. And I thought it was interesting, the sign they had said they were told. Now, I like to know who told them that. That's the thing. Who's telling them that? Who's telling them to come up here, that you'll have a job, you have this, you have that? New York City has spent so much money, they're not even addressing the homeless population. They're coming over here getting free cell phones that even American citizens are not getting. They're staying in the Row Hotel, which is not too far from Times Square. So they're putting them literally in the Times Square vicinity in Manhattan. They're not putting them in the Bronx. They're not putting them in places like that. No. They're not putting them in Long Island. They're putting them in Manhattan. Like, really? I mean, you're just giving them the raw treatment, aren't you? And I can tell you, I've gotten so much love from the brothers and sisters in New York that I run into. I love it when I go out there. That's definitely one of my favorite cities for the brothers and sisters. And New York is one of the main cities that support our platform here in America, according to the analytics. So shout out to all the brothers and sisters in NYC. But they doing our brothers and sisters wrong out there, man. They doing them wrong. They need a lot of help. The homeless population, black people are the leading group that's homeless. 56% of the homeless, last time I read, were black people. They the one need help. These people leave their whole homeland to come thousands of miles up here.
All right, so we're here off the Times Square area. We just almost had a fight between the Venezuelan migrants and a local American guy. He's saying that the migrants threw ice at him. Eric Adams, the mayor of New York City, has said that the migrant situation is destroying New York City. American taxpayers are on the bill. They're paying for fancy hotels. They're paying for cold beer, marijuana. The migrants are living in hotels next to Times Square, and our American guy is begging for change on the street, picking up cigarette butts that the migrants are smoking. It's a really crazy situation here, as American taxpayers want to know, why are we spending billions of dollars to help people not from this country when we're not even helping our own people? And I ask the question, does charity begin at home? Should we make sure that the people on the streets in America are taken care of and then help other people, which is fine. But that's not what's going on. They are getting preferential treatment. It's causing a lot of tension in the city. And again, Mayor Adams has said, this issue is destroying New York City.
Why? See, this is the thing. This is why I have a problem with this asylum issue. To go from Venezuela all the way up here to the United States. They passed several Latin American countries. Latin American countries who aren't in no kind of war, who are stable countries, who got a lot of good things going for them. They don't want to go to other Latin American countries people who speak the language, who have the culture. No, they don't want to do that. They want to come all the way up here. Like how does that even work? The law needs to be changed with that. You need to go to the first country that you can get to. Not, oh, I don't want to be in Ecuador. Oh, I don't want to be in Chile. Oh, I don't want to be in Panama. I don't want to be in Nicaragua. I don't want to be in all these. No, I don't want to be in these places. I don't want to be in Costa Rica. I don't want to be there. I want to go to America. I didn't know with asylum, you get to choose what country you go to. Maybe, well, not maybe. The United States needs to change their asylum laws. They need to change them. The only countries that should be able to just come to the front door should be Mexico and Canada. If it's not those two countries, which would be the first country they can get to, right? Then they shouldn't be allowed in. No, when you're passing up several countries. That's all a game. And what I don't understand is, why aren't they changing these asylum laws? So if the Republicans get back in there like that, they need to go ahead and change the asylum law. That way they can't game the system, because they gaming the system. That's how they getting in. But now they out here want to cause fights with brothers. The people they let over here, you think they vetted all these people? No, they just flooding in mass up here. So you don't know who you letting into this country. And all that what they doing is it's gonna backfire on their behind. And I'm gonna we all gonna watch it happen too. But like I said, hey, it's not gonna be our problem. Let them deal with it. But this is ridiculous. They roaming the streets and getting in trouble. Well, what happened to them talking about they want to come here to work? Where's the jobs at for them? They got too much time on their hands, and they let a bunch of young men come here. Not women and children, young men. You know, when people say that's almost like an invasion, yeah, a bunch of young men coming to your country. Yeah, I mean, and they come with different ideologies, different languages. They don't have the culture. They have their own culture. And then they causing problems. But hey, this is Joe Biden and the Democrats. They didn't want to open up the door. Because see, when Trump was in office, Trump kept them at bay. Trump said, no, you remain in Mexico until we get to you. But the moment Biden got in there, nope, get rid of remain in Mexico and just open up the floodgates and let them in. They couldn't wait for Biden to get in. But Biden didn't want to do nothing for Black America, not whatsoever. But let me know what y'all think about this, man, because this is why I'm so just upset and done with the Democrats, is because they prioritize the people that came from Venezuela over Black Americans who built this country.